welcome to video number 6. I'm super proud of you for still being here and investing in yourself. This is a trait that women find very attractive. Women like action takers. So the fact that you're still here is a great sign. Let's jump right in. Profile do's and don'ts. This module focuses on refining your online presence to attract meaningful connections. So regardless of your age, whether you're tech savvy or not, whether you're focused on social media or your presence is non-existent, this is something that I highly advise you start to invest in, not necessarily financially, but just work on learning what to do and what not to do, and this is what we're going to talk about today. We'll explore avoiding common mistakes, tips for engaging messaging, and best conversation starters. By mastering these elements, you'll enhance your online dating experience and increase your chance of finding genuine connections. Avoid common mistakes. Keep your profile updated regularly, refresh your bio and photos to show that you're active and engaged. Avoid negativity. Focus on what you enjoy rather than dislikes to create a positive impression. Be honest. Present an authentic version of yourself to build trust and attract genuine matches. So your profile is like a resume for dating, presenting your best self. Just like a professional resume, your dating profile is your chance to showcase your most attractive qualities and interests. It's a snapshot that helps potential matches quickly get to know you. The goal is to highlight what makes you unique and appealing as a partner. 3 things to highlight: your personality traits, hobbies and interests, and then lifestyle and values. So tips for engaging messaging. 1. Personalize your messages. Reference something specific from their profile to show genuine interest and effort. An example I'll use is if you see them snowboarding and you are into snowboarding, and let's say it's a park that you've gone to in the past, you can say, hey, I've been to this park before. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed course number 3. Which one was your favorite? So it's something specific that you found common interest or you found common ground with, and you can engage and start the conversation with that. Ask open-ended questions. Use questions that encourage detailed responses to invite deeper conversation and connection. And last but not least, this one is very important, and I encourage everybody to invest and work on this. So use humor. Incorporate light-hearted jokes or comments to make interactions enjoyable and memorable. They say the key to a woman's heart is laughter, and it's either that or food, but they do work. It's like a ping pong game, so initiate the conversation with an engaging opener. Like I mentioned before, which one was your favorite course of the snowboarding place that you went to? Respond thoughtfully, keeping the conversation flowing. Maintain back and forth engagement to keep the conversation alive. And then go for the close. After several messages, obtain their socials, phone number, ask if they're interested in going out sometime. So first, ask for their socials or their phone number, like, hey, what's your preferred method? Instagram or your phone number. I'm not on this app all the time. That way you can have a way to easily set yourself apart also from everybody who's in the app. Your message can get lost. Sometimes people don't go on these apps every day. But oftentimes people are texting. If they're already on their phone, the chances are they're going to see your text, or they're going to, you can ask them what their preferred method of contact is. And then you can continue the conversation there. You have to be careful because sometimes transitioning can take the existing connection and kind of start it from scratch. So you have to make sure that you do your best to transition the conversation and start with an open-ended question, or just keep the conversation going, or go ahead and shoot your shot. Ask if they're interested in going out sometime. Hey, would you be interested in going out and grabbing coffee sometime? Or depending on what their interests are. If you saw that they mentioned something about coffee to die for, or whatever, say, hey, it'd be a pleasure to treat you to some Starbucks one of these days. And then depending on what they say, figure out a date and ultimately meet them in person, and obviously implement all of these techniques in the in-person interaction or date. So some of the best conversation starters: reference shared interests, like I mentioned before. Comment on common hobbies or passions to establish an immediate connection. Ask thought-provoking questions. So use intriguing questions to spark interest and encourage thoughtful and engaging replies. Compliment genuinely. Offer sincere compliments based on their profile to show appreciation and attention to detail. Again, I cannot emphasize enough how many men do not do this. Many men are terrible listeners, and just people in general. So if women see that you are paying attention to detail, you're asking questions that nobody even cared to ask, questions that nobody's asked before, it'll drastically set you apart from the crowd. So conversation starters are like opening doors. The key is a well-crafted conversation starter unlocks meaningful exchanges. The door. Each opener is an opportunity to enter a new world of connection and the conversation. Once the door is open, genuine dialogue can flourish. So review messaging style, maintain authenticity, regularly update your profile, and what you'll get in return is experiment with new conversation starters, focus on positivity in interactions, practice engaging messaging techniques, and like I've mentioned before, try a method for at least a week before implementing something different or making a slight adjustment in your opening line or your follow-up questions. And do not take it personal if a girl just stops responding, or if a girl takes a while to respond. Make sure that you keep your options open. It's like business, it's a numbers game. So the more options you have, the less you're going to be like drained over that one person that you matched with, and now it's been 2 hours since they've responded, and you're just obsessing over the fact that they're taking so long to respond, and it overwhelms your whole mind, and it's not pretty. The more conversations you have, the more interactions you it's like fishing lines. The more hooks you have out there, the more fish that you can catch from the sea. But this concludes week number 1, module number 1, and I'm excited to see you guys in the next video.